blah blah blah. I'll say do a brief intro and then we'll get started.
Cool. God, my phone.
Good job.
Sponsorship, we are offering all Torch fans a $500 lender credit. Thank you for joining us here. Introducing tonight's visiting team all the way from New York City, the New York Gridlock. And now from right here in Austin, Torch. At this time, we'd like to have you observe a moment of silence as a team committed to equity on all fronts. The Torch now invite you to join them in a moment of silence to reflect upon the impact of colonialism, past and present, on this land and its people. We would also like to honor the Native people who cared for this land long before we arrived. The Lipan Apache, the Comanche, the Ticonwa, Yumanos, and the Coahuiltucan. Now I'd like to welcome the observers to the field. The observers for today's game are Amy Kanjorski, Joe Sunshine, can't pronounce his last name, and Daniel Big Daddy Benson on the clock. The captains for tonight's game are Andrea Esparza and Meg Duffy, and Amy Zoe and Kelly Highland and Abby Chang for the Gridlock. At this time, I believe the officials will have a coin flip. And Torch will receive the disc by the parking lots. Hopefully not all the way over there. That's pretty far.
Hi everyone, I'm Shaylee Tucker.
I'm Jet Patterson. Welcome in. We're here for the Torch Gridlock game. Getting started here in just a few minutes. Torch and Gridlock getting their starting lines on the field. It is hot, it is muggy, but we are excited to get started in Austin, Texas tonight.
We've got Torch here starting on offense. I believe they won the flip, and they're wanting to start with some good Torch offense.
Strong starting line out here. We've got Jamie Estes, Jenna Bigby, Annie Ortiz, Elise, Bjork, Carly Garrett, and I believe Summer Wilson. Let's see if she'll turn around. We can see your number. The energy is huge tonight in Austin. A club tournament, Club Centex for men's, women's, and mixed teams this weekend. So lots of support, lots of Texas teams from all over Texas, not just in Austin tonight. Big crowd. We're excited to get started.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this game. This is going to be a big matchup. It's going to be anyone's game tonight.
Absolutely. Polls coming up from number 96, Nina Finley. Annie Ortiz picking it up.
Finding Annie Ortiz wide, and that's Emma Berrigan.
Takes it to midfield. Swing.
Centering to Annie Ortiz. And back to Elise Bjork.
To Carly Garrett on the hard under. One thing that will be important tonight for both teams is this quick movement, working it up the field.
Nice gainer there. Didn't see who caught that. Annie Ortiz weaving up the field.
And a turn.
This is a bit of a miscue downfield.
Gridlock take possession.
Number 7, Louisa Nevis picking up. Nevis plays for New York Exist. Oh, and a turn. Right on Torch's end zone line. We'll need to be patient here to knock this one in.
Annie Ortiz looking to pick up.
Torch takes possession.
Oh, looking for Elise.
Streaking up line. Is it in?
Observer calls her in.
Goal, Elise. Way to. Great body awareness by Elise Bjork. Keep that in. Nice score.
Loud crowd here tonight in Austin. The energy, you can feel it. I'm sure the Torch players can feel it as well. It's a really exciting night to be out here. Good to start off with a quick score. That always feels good. Getting a D-line on here to look for a break.
So now we've got Torch is starting D-line. We've got Meg Duffy with the pool. She's been pooling out of her mind these last several games. Really excited to see this high-flying D-line out here.
It'll be interesting to see. I know that some of the Torch players are playing with the newly founded women's non-binary team in Austin, Texas. Not sure who all played today. in Round Rock earlier. Big pole comes up, it's hanging, and it's gonna stay in. Dre Esparza hustling down. Oh, good read from number 00, Jenny De Jesus. Oh, contested in that deep space, but Sierra Jensen Cece got some good fingers on it, pushing it out of bounds, out of the Gridlock player's reach.
We've got
centering disc, middle of the field.
Dre Esparza with the disc, looking downfield.
Oh, Maple Atkins threat with a big up. Atkins threat from Houston, playing with Austin Torch this summer.
Beautiful gainer there by
Forehand. Well defended, but caught. Centered. Midfield.
A lot of players in the backfield here. We're going to need to make some space. Ooh.
just a bit too far.
Just in front of Shirulu, number 7, streaking deep.
Look up line. Give a quick shot.
Giving New York another chance here, and then now with a big look.
Throw to the end zone.
Oh, contested with Meg Duffy. She's not quite in. To Sumi Onoe for the score. Sumi plays with Philadelphia Amp. Has been playing for 5 years with Gridlock.
Big catch.
They offered their sponsorship of the team with 1 minute of the team's official formation.
1-1, and like Shaylee was saying when we first tapped in, that this is really anyone's game. Both teams have won some games, lost some games. It's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, there's some fierce athletes here. New York Gridlock had just an amazing game with the Columbia team, Revolution. And they talked to the coach. She's super excited to be out here. And, you know, their goals here are to manage the heat, spread out the roster so that, you know, folks aren't getting too overwhelmed in the heat, and just to have a lot of fun and try to keep it loose.
Same line back out as the first O-line here for Torch.
Gridlock folds to the Torch. Torch takes possession.
Swing to Elise Bjork. Caught from Jamie Estes.
Nice dish to Elise Bjork.
Look up line and look for the swing.
Summer Wilson.
Torch doing really well to use the width of the field and looking cool, calm, and collected.
Summer
Moving the disc
Wilson.
up line.
Strike up the line, just wrapping up her college season in peak ultimate shape right now.
Oh, huge bid just on the fingertips.
Gridlock taking it on the end zone line here.
Gridlock takes possession in the corner side.
Jamie Estes forcing that turn.
Wave. Jamie Estes sacrificing his body. Getting ahead of that disc.
Annie Ortiz, number 12, picking it up. Annie Ortiz is actually a certified scuba diver in her spare time.
That's pretty neat.
Fakes result in a centering throw. And
Jenna Bigby.
to the far side of the field.
Finding Elise Bjork.
Oh, Carly Garrett coming out.
There it
Summer Wilson
is.
for the score. That'll be crucial from Torch tonight, having the patience in the end zone, swinging it until those opportunities are there, looking cool, calm, and collected on that opportunity. Hopefully we'll continue to see more of that tonight.
Yeah, I was talking to guest coach Bonesaw about the keys of the game for the Torch, and you know, what they're trying to be aware of here is a few things, like, again, sort of spreading out the field and playing loose, but what they want to think about is playing their system. They call it cake, and it's like the cake is already there. The cake is what they've worked on. It's their bread and butter. It's how their offense and defense moves. Anything extra is just bonus. So he's just encouraging all his players to go out there and have a lot of fun.
I love that, yeah. Torch and Gridlock, other teams in PUL as well, have really put in the work. They know their players are strong players. Like they said, the consistent cake, the bread and butter, working that system. Both teams are probably looking to do that tonight, work their strengths, use their players in their roles, and anything extra, like Shaylee said, is great. Pull comes up.
Gridlock picks it up, looking to center. Oh, they find this.
Looking to 14, that's Tulsa Douglas. Big shot, little long. Looking for number 26, Kara Sieber. Kara plays for Columbus Cocktails. Has been playing for about 8 years. One thing about the Gridlock roster is for sure depth. They have players who've been playing for a long time on both sides, offense and defense. Sonia with the disc for Torch. Ooh, not quite. A little bit out of reach. It's up.
It's a nice break throw, but just floating out of bounds.
Just out of reach of Kelly Highland. Kelly Highland, one of the captains for Gridlock tonight.
Bree Sedman
Torch takes possession in their end zone.
jogging the disc up.
To the line. Gridlock takes the defense. Big floating throw.
Oh, that's a turn.
Gridlock takes possession, moves it quickly.
Caught by number 2, Brittany Kaplan.
Puts up the line, sees an open player.
And that's a score. Number 33, Emily Barrett caught that one. Barrett found ultimate her sophomore year at Ohio State, going on to captain Fever for 3 seasons. She's played a lot of mixed with Columbus Cocktails. Played with Columbus Pride in the PUL in 2019 through 2021. 2022 playing with Gridlock.
Looking to be a game of inches. Everything is super contested on both sides. I believe we're on serve here early in the first.
5 minutes left in this first quarter, 2-2.
Summer camp happening in June 2022. That's just a few days. For information about the summer camp, visit TUSCulti.com.
Definitely breaks and opportunities to break are going to be rare here, so the teams are going to have to capitalize when they do get that opportunity.
Gridlock pulls, and as if the disc is magically reappearing in the same spot, it hits the same spot on the field as the last.
Elise Bjork picking up. She's looking for Annie.
Nice double cut. Disc centered.
Finds Elise again.
Ooh, he's a big look. Looking for Jamie Esses, but just a bit too far. I like the look though. Great vision there. Just too much power.
Bjork is a staple in the Austin Ultimate scene. She's been around for a long time.
Gridlock takes possession in their end zone.
Joe with the disc.
Big look. Carly Garrett's in there.
Well contested, but caught by Gridlock.
That's Cheryl Xiao.
Never fake up the line.
Travel call. Gridlock stuck on that sideline. Oh, finding the middle of the field.
Nice little inside break there.
Luisa Nevis with the disc. Oh, a little miscue just out of the hands of Emma Frankel.
Torch takes possession.
Annie Ortiz back with the disc.
Dump swing.
Swinging to Elise Bjork.
Emma Berrigan with a huge jump. Jenna Bigby.
Low and down the field, looking to break that
Ooh.
up.
Oh,
Huge
Emma Berrigan
bid.
again
Back
to
in,
Jamie
to the
Estes.
outside of the field, far
To
side.
Carly.
Hook dump.
Carly poised to make something happen, but slowing it down, using again the width of the field, but just a bit out of far. And then Jamie Estes
Estes with the save there.
cleaning up the trash.
Dump.
It's a team with a lot of trust.
Just taking her time, looking around. Finds an open receiver.
Oh,
Just out of reach of it. Contact called.
Looks like there's a call here.
contact on the throw.
Back to the thrower. Injury call, substitution. Substitutions made.
Injury call from Gridlock.
Carly
Number
Garrett
96, Nina Finley coming in.
Disc in.
Carly Garrett back with the disc, looking for Elise Bjork.
Finds Annie Ortiz.
Ooh,
Oh,
huge layout D. That's number
Number 10, Trisha Smith. Smith has been played for 16 years. Who's with New York Exist.
Gridlock takes possession on the line on the far side of the field. Disc is in. Dump back to the middle of the end zone.
Gridlock with a sneaky little around break,
Oh.
but a huge D there by
Jenna
Jenna,
Bigby
number
getting
20.
it right back, number 24 on 10, who just got the D. So heavy defensive players on both teams with their run-throughs.
Disc is in.
Elise
Big
with
inside
a
with Elise.
sweet little
Disc on the
inside
far
break.
side. Look back to the dump, centered. The reset results in a shot towards the end zone. Not quite in. Oh, it is a score.
Looks like
Observers call them
No score.
in. Oh. Amy K, not in. Saul's coming in on 2.
Oh, pick called.
Excuse me, pick call is what was happening.
back to Elise
Sent back
Bjork.
to the center of the field.
Just out of the reach of Annie Ortiz.
Gridlock take possession in the middle of the field. There. A whistle, timeout called.
I like the timeout call here. It's been a little bit of like a high energy frenetic point, and I think good for New York to kind of take a step here and sort of set up their offense.
These timeouts in the PU are a little different. You can sub any players that you want. Number 12, Amy Jo, talks about in her bio how her least favorite part of PUL is being subbed out on the timeouts for O-line. Very different than club or college rules. But I think a good advantage for some teams to take a breath, put in their role players who they know are the right people in those positions, whether that's about to score in your end zone or the opposite, needing your best defensive players. Good opportunity to put in the people you need for certain situations.
Absolutely. So New York looking to set up a vertical stack offense, giving their cutters both sides of the field.
Number 14, Tulsa Douglas starting with the disc, getting it back in the middle of the field Tulsa Douglas, just a commanding presence on the field, knows what she wants and where she wants it.
Absolutely, part of Torch's job will be to contain her impact in this game.
Abby Thorpe on the mark, big player for Torch, coming in from Colorado to play with Austin this summer. Oh, it's up. Cece Jensen in there.
Oh, it's
but
a huge sky.
Gridlock comes down with it.
And that's number
33, Emily Barrett.
great. That's a great score.
Another Ohio State player playing with New York Gridlock this year. Emily Barrett and Kara Cyber, both Ohio State alum. .53 seconds left in the first quarter. If you'll remember, the rule with the time running out is when the clock hits 0, the name of the game is finish the possession. So as the clock approaches 0, the important thing for the team to do is keep the disc in their hands and not give the opposing team a chance to score. So Torch will have to move quickly here to get the opportunity to be the last team with the disc.
Yeah, it's an interesting rule. It's something that the players have to remember because it's that way for the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, we have more of a buzzer beater situation where both teams are playing down to the clock. So if we have a tie game, they're hoping to.
Jenna Weiner mentioned this on the Double Overtime podcast episode most recently about Torch and their Atlanta game, no, their Nashville game, turning it with just a few seconds left. It's something that really can be the difference in the game score. So something for the players to remember. Jamie Estes with the disc, looking for Carly Garrett, 34. Oh, dropped from Elise Bjork.
Yeah, clock management in this new pro game, both in men's and women's divisions, is adding a whole new element to Ultimate.
Number 96, Nina Finley coming down with it.
And that's
Still
a break.
18 seconds to go. So Torch will have one more chance here to score. They'll have to be conservative with the disc, keep it in their hands on this last opportunity, last possession. Stands are looking full here in Austin tonight.
Yeah, loving this Austin energy.
We got some college students from UT with body paint on. We love to see the energy, supporting their teammates, Summer Wilson, Sonia. Very exciting for the college to have teams on the professional squad. Mindy Raddick as well, forgot to mention, from UT. UT's Callahan nominee this year. Gotta check out her video. The queen of the around backhand.
Yeah, I have to check that out. I've not seen her Callahan video yet.
She's on the line this point.
Incredible player.
Running to attack the disc. Meg Duffy picking it up.
Got 8 seconds left. Austin trying to make something happen here.
Used to see Mindy in the handle roll, but here she is cutting.
Gotta put it up.
Time has expired, so Torch will need to keep the disc here. Abby Thorpe. Abby Thorpe's going to be playing with Mile High Trash this summer, a Denver mixed team. Mindy with the disc again. Looking around to Drea Esparza.
Ooh, and a nice little high release, but
and that's a turn.
That's
That'll
a
be the end of
turn.
the first quarter. Score is Austin 2, New York 4.
yeah, and I mixed that up for a second. I was thinking it's a bit buzzer beater situation. No, Torch, not listening to my advice, good. Did really well to move the disc up the field at their own pace, just until that very last unfortunate turnover with the high release.
Taking a moment here, recapping this first quarter, adjustments that need to be made. Both teams looking sharp. Couple of strange little drops from both sides. So I think that's something we'll see get cleaned up pretty quickly. Both teams will take advantage of that on offense. The turning into a break opportunity. So
Yeah, I
we'll
think
keep
it's
an eye on that.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be about focus. The energy here is fire. It's really light, but it's going to take a lot of focus to make the difference in this game.
Just a couple minutes between quarters here for both teams to get a break, get a sip of water, take a breath, and focus up for second quarter, making any adjustments that need to be made. I think one thing that we might see from both teams, compared to this morning in Austin, the wind has died down significantly. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more deep shots and big looks on both sides in this next quarter. Both teams have the throwers and have the speed and the legs to get to the end zone, so we will see.
Yeah, there's definitely some powerful throws and powerful cutters on both sides of this disc.
Austin Ultimate is excited to have a bunch of board positions open. They need help with leagues. They need help with local tournaments.
One of our sponsors tonight, VC Ultimate, a lot of players, sponsors getting their Torch jerseys this week. Very exciting. You can go to the VC Ultimate website and get all of your official Torch and Premier Ultimate League merchandise. Got my Jaeger jersey on tonight, number 23. She is not here tonight, but always exciting to have had the opportunity to support women and non-binary players in our community. Check that out today. All right, getting started here at the second quarter. Torch starting on defense.
And who do you have here for New York's starting line?
Let's see, definitely see Tulsa Douglas out there. Got number 8, Kelly Highland, one of the captains tonight. Gridlock up by 2 here coming into the second quarter. I think, though, of anything we've seen in this PUL series 6 weeks into the 10-week season here is that really any gap is bridgeable, especially in the 3, 4, 5 point range tune. Pull is up, floating.
Just past half, and we've got
Minnie Raddick on the mark with Tulsa Douglas.
That's going to be an exciting matchup for this game.
Floaty. Oh, and a turn.
Huge D there
for Minnie. She's circling back around to pick up the disc.
Taking her time set up. She was all over that disc. Pretty swing to the center to Bree Stedman. Back to Mindy.
Mindy playing a lot of ultimate.
And a huge shot.
Looking for Sonia. Gonna be hard to keep it in. Oh, observer calls her out. It's a turn.
Sonia Starch is doing everything she can to make that play. What is that?
Raddick with Tulsa Douglas.
Yep, number 20's turn.
Stedman running hard with her man.
A lot of contact there. No, looking to be no call. Fiercely contested disc, and Bree Stedman picking it up.
Stedman, a huge stats player in the South games against Nashville and Atlanta. Haven't seen that Michigan game, but or the stats from that game, but Stedman always leading with blocks, assists, and goals.
Oh, and great read here from number 15.
That's Frankie.
Frankie.
Timeout called before the throw went off. from Round Rock, the Austin area, but currently coming to and from Houston to play with Torch this season.
Looks like the Torch made some key substitutions here. Got
Annie and Shiru on.
And Carly Lynn Garrett in the backfield. And Elise Bjork looking to pick up the disc. Jamie S is starting off the cuts.
Oh, a little too spicy exciting, but she comes down with it anyways. Shiru Liu with the disc. Big opportunity to break. Torch needs to maximize here. Garrett to Estes. Shiru Liu again.
Cheeky upline push pass. A little far, but Jamie Estes tracks it. Carly Garrett with a disc, but there's a call.
Travel called. Pick called.
Pick
excuse
called.
me.
Travel
Oh,
called.
They're keeping us
Correction.
on our toes here.
Resets back to Carly anyway. Nice
Garrett to Ortiz.
striking cut from Ortiz looking upfield. Ooh.
Oh, just out of reach of Elise Bjork.
Elise athletically avoiding the pylon there.
Jenna Bigby knocking it down.
Huge D.
Jenna Bigby, just one of those players that is too quick. Before you even know it, she's past you. She's played a lot of seasons in Dallas with Public Enemy. Oh, big layout from Estes.
Ooh, lots of contact there. Carly Garrett able to play through. Quickly
Bjork,
moving the
big strike up line. Garrett to Ortiz. Pick called. A lot of clogging in this end zone space. Players are really close together. Torch is going to want to build some structure here. Huge around to Shiru.
Nice.
Shiru is one of those players that you just trust with the disc. She's like, so consistent, makes such good decisions, such consistent throws.
Loving the use of the swings. It's just like butter.
Roll from Gridlock. Great defense strategy.
Jamie Estes on the doorstep swinging to Elise Bjork and around again to Shiru.
Torch happy to take as many throws as they need here.
Oh, almost. Looking to thread
Picked
the
up
needle
and
there.
shot deep, but excited looking for Abby Chang, one of the captains tonight. Chang, one of the players who's been playing since high school, went to Oberlin, won D3 Nationals, played for the U24 World's Women's Team, winning gold in Germany. Just a powerful player. Ortiz with the disc looking for, a little miscommunication between Berrigan and Garrett. Really didn't see each other, neither coming down the disc.
Timeout called by New York. Got Big Bald Paul doing the announcing for us here at the stadium. Paul's got jokes.
Grateful for the community involvement for sure. especially Ramps and Dougal, making sure everybody's set up. Dougal out of town, still putting some work to get a team put together here. Big shout outs to Liz Carvajal, who's also here with us tonight, running the show. Henry Charbonneau as well, keeping stats for Torch. Love to see the community step up and be involved. Especially this week, got a few people out with COVID, so some people who have not done their roles before joining the squad, doing what needs to be done.
We've got Gramps here on the camera as well, making sure we don't miss anything. Gridlock with a big gainer. They're finding, oh, there's a call here.
Pit called. Looks like it affected. Emma Barrett is sending it back. Excuse me, Emily Barrett.
Seem to be finding their under options at will.
Tulsa Douglas with the disc.
Gridlock now.
Little clogged in the space for the end zone.
In their
Stalls
third.
looking high. Oh,
And
knocked down by
heads
Sydney
up.
Overman, 22. Sydney captaining Waterloo, an Austin mixed team with another Torch player, Jamie Estes, this summer. Swing from Raddick to Duffy. Abby Thorpe's hard under. Oh, ooh. Turn.
Miscue there.
Raddick. Inside flick from number 26. Kara Sieber.
Number 18 on Gridlock with the disc. Saul Crown rising, finds an open strong side cut.
Oh,
and there
and
it
that's
is.
a score. 5-2, New York Gridlock.
New York starting to pull away in this second quarter.
New York showing some consistency, I think, probably a lot of what they worked on after that game against the Colombian team, Revo. Really just making those easies work, finding the swings, the short uplines, the few yard gainers, and getting up to that end zone. And they showed that they can do just that.
Yeah, they're definitely like using the space really well, both the vertical and the horizontal space across the field. So they have options. Austin matching with intensity, but few unforced errors, and they're not keeping up on the score.
Looks like maybe a timeout called. Torch circled up, getting some feedback here from Bonesaw, who's coaching tonight. Coming up on the end of the Torch documentary fundraiser.
If you're not hydrated, you should be. So look around for somebody with some water and ask them if you can have some too.
It is hot tonight in Texas. The sun has gone down, but temps are still up. It's a sweaty night in Austin, Texas. New York seems to be managing the heat well, though.
Yep, happy to
Roster's
be
looking deep.
behind the camera today. We're sweating. We're sweating
For sure.
out here.
It is stuffy. Wasn't happy with the wind this morning at Club Centex, but could use a little more of that breeze tonight.
Yeah, certainly would be nice for us here on the sidelines. Another thing I believe New York is doing really well, and this is something that head coach Eileen said was a big key to the game, is just spreading out their roster. So they're playing a lot of different players, and the disc is really moving through everyone. They have tons of options, and they're really not relying on any one player.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, definitely scrolling through their whole roster here as we announced, seeing a little bit of everybody. Jamie Estes with a cartwheel in the end zone. Hopefully setting the tone.
we're back on the line here after a bit of a break.
Big
Gridlock.
pull coming down the field from Gridlock from number 26.
Annie Ortiz centers to Elise Bjork. She's got options behind her,
A
nothing
wheel cut
upfield.
from Ortiz. Finds Jenna Bigby, who dumps it right back.
Beautiful
Looking
sweeping
big.
shot, looking for.
A little too far.
It's a pretty throw, just too far.
And we said this in between the first and second quarter that Torch might be looking for some big shots, some deep looks more, but we're really just not connecting on those. So we'll have to make that adjustment if we're going to want to catch up to Gridlock's 5 this quarter.
And even if some of these are missing, Torch is making it known like they have these options and they'll use it. And New York Gridlock is going to have to cover
Shot
deep
from,
as well.
Oh, Carly.
Great.
Catching it, knocking it down.
Great read by Carly Garrett to regain possession of the disc.
Oh,
Turns it over again.
Gridlock's Lisa Nevis picking up.
And the Gridlock streaking down the field. Huge D. I think that's Jenna Bigby with the D. And
travel called on the
travel
throw.
call on the throw. Is that I'm not sure. Is that a stoppage?
I am not sure if this will be. It'll go back
so
to
it's
the
a couple.
thrower.
I see. Well, that's an unfortunate turn for Torch, who cleaned up.
Fought for that
on
D, absolutely.
If PUL rules map to USAU rules, I believe this is consistent. But if they had turned it over on the called travel, that would remain a turnover.
I think that's right. That sounds right to me. Nevis with the disc, who we were mentioning earlier. Been playing for a long time as well. Played for teams like Book Club, Bent, Exist. Was also named to USA's mixed national team. Ooh, big strike from number 47, Cheryl Xiao.
Doing really great to keep that disc in, and as she finds the inside break to center it. Floaty throw.
Jenna Bigby knocking it down.
Jenna Bigby just
Foul
taken
call.
out the trash. Oh, but a call here. I'd have to see that again. I thought that just at first glance that looked pretty clean. Okay,
Oh, no, doesn't
there we
look
go.
like it.
No
My
call.
mistake.
There might have been a bit of discussion there.
Annie Ortiz with the disc in the middle of the field here. Finding Jenna Bigby, who's going to find Estes.
Ooh,
Big layout.
nice way to keep that alive.
Torch needs this one right here. Not wanting to throw backwards to lose yards. Estes needs an option. There she goes. Lose one of those players you can count on to give you the option for a dump.
Yes, she's been super smooth out here on the field, finding Ortiz. Another big
Estes
catch
with
by
another layout.
Estes. Ooh, just
Not quite in.
on the doorstep.
Oh,
and there it is.
Squeezing it nice and tight. Annie to Elise. One of those looks that you really have to trust your teammates on, and these women have been playing together long enough that they know that they can trust their teammates there.
Yeah, Torch showing what they can do on that point. Really important for them to, have that hold here and looking really good on their offense.
3-6 Austin, New York. Austin's D-line's really going to have to work here and push for the breaks to catch up to Gridlock here.
Is this stoppage? Is this a timeout? I know there may be heat timeouts as well. I didn't.
Looks like that was. I'm not super sure. Torch circled up, making a game plan. No doubt putting a solid line, trying to push a break in at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, Torch looking super dialed in on their offense there, and that's really what they're going to need to do throughout this game to be able to match York's energy and to get a couple of these breaks back.
Summer, Lily, Mindy, Sonia Bree, looks like Sydney Overman, and I think Katie Forth. Katie Forth with a disc. Strong defensive line. They're looking to really shut down Gridlock and quickly get the opportunity to push a break in here. In the last few minutes.
Hang time on this pool, just past half field. Tulsa Douglas looking for
right
the
away.
And here it is. Here's an opportunity for Torch to close the gap.
Stedman with the disc picking up. She's looking to find Mindy. Losing a few yards, but they're okay with that. Sonia pushing in hard. Oh, there's a pick called.
Pick called on field. Play stops.
Little damage getting back into that vert stack. One of the things with vert stack offense, definitely much more likely to get in a pick situation. Looking for Katie. She's got it, no problem. Oh,
ooh, and a nice heads up D there by number 8, Kelly Highland.
56 seconds left. Tulsa Douglas with the disc. They'll have to work quickly to get the disc back here. Big deep look. Lily is in there. So is Bree Stedman.
York airing it out and reeled in.
Oh, called in with 34 seconds left. Making the score 3-6. Looks like the scoreboard, yeah, it was 3-5. Made the adjustment.
Big catch there, but I believe that's Lindsay Sue. Have to see that again.
Torch with one more chance here to score before half.
There's 30 seconds left to go. Torch takes possession.
Gridlock coming down in his zone this point. A little mix-up that we haven't seen yet. Oh!
Yeah, with 20 seconds left in the quarter, they're trying to slow things down.
Shirulu.
10 seconds left in the
Estes.
quarter. They break through the zone, looking for options. 7 seconds.
Staying in the zone. Crumbling into person.
Got to get it up. Got to pull it up.
Time is out.
They play on in the PUL.
Torch will need to get this possession to score. Point will end with a score or turnover.
It's tripping me up again. Apologies. Yeah, Torch just needs to hold on to the disc here. They're in control of their own destiny here to
Handlers
convert
that
on this.
would be, oh.
Ooh, nice snag there.
11 fourth. Oh, little hammer.
Cheeky little hammer there.
Got it. She's tapping it in. She's looking for Katie. Oh, and
there it is. That's an ice cold.
Exactly what Torch needed to do going in half, closing the gap a little bit.
Ice cold score. Steely offense from the Austin Torch. Closing the gap. It's 4-6 at the half.
At the end of the half, Torch 4, Gridlock 6.
Definitely both teams working hard in this first half. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out of the half. All right, thanks for listening. We will be back in a few minutes.
BLU half times are 10 minutes long. If you look over to the scoreboard there, you'll see it's taken me 7 seconds to say all that. I was told I was not allowed to compete in this competition. I was told not allowed to compete. But if you look to the far side end zone there, you'll see a bunch of young people with discs in their hands. Lord knows what's going to happen next. No one knows. It turns out this is a longest pull competition. A longest pull competition. The longest pull wins a free ticket to the next Torch home game. Give them a round of applause, folks. Our next game here is June 4th. That's about 2 weeks away. If I do that well, I don't. That's why I'm on the mic. Instructions are being shared. Considerations are made. People are lining up. Preparations. Image. Competitors are lining up. The first one looks to pull. A forehand. Beautiful pull. Oh, on top of having to pull it, you have to run down the stand where you're throwing it to. This is competition is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be, folks. You got to run too. Backhand, little wind gauge, not quite as far. But an excellent colored jersey. Forehand, a little wobbly, floaty roller. It counts to all. fourth thrower with a big break backhand. Definitely a height differential there, folks. Give them a round of applause, please. Another beautiful pull right to the middle of the field. Like many of the Riverside players I know, these are all staying inbounds. Long, floaty pull. The young person in the yellow shorts is running to take their position. Who will win the ticket? It's a tie! Give them a round of applause. Congratulations to our winners and to everyone who got to see that amazing pull spectacular. That competition is thanks to the Ultimate Lending Team. Let's see what happens if we pull with the wind. I like this thinking. More proof the Home Lending Ultimate Team is for you. Smart and capable. Competitors on their marks. Backhand. Oh, well past the first throw. Another backhand. Floating, floating. Backhand. Speedy cross backhand. Far side of the field. Beautiful, beautiful backhand. That was a lovely throw. Look at that. Managed throw. Another backhand. And our final competitor looks and releases a big floaty backhand to the center of the field. Almost remained inbounds, Joe. Did you see that? Inbounds. Well done, y'all. Well done.
Austin Torch playing New York Gridlock. It's been a tight game, but New York up ahead a couple of breaks. And I wanted to bring back a theme that I noticed earlier, which is I think a huge key to this game is going to be focus. On both teams, the energy is there, that the plays are there. Both teams are really, really playing super tight. Like I said earlier, it's a game of inches, but focus I think is going to be a huge key here in terms of who can pull away and what the outcome will be.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, these PEO games are long. It's a full 2 hours most of the time with the 4 12-minute quarters. So keeping the mental intensity through that time period at such a high level, always difficult. Annie Ortiz catching the pull.
Center to Elise Bjork looking downfield. Big hug looking for Emma Berrigan.
Little short. Caught by
nice play by number 12.
Amy Joe, a New Jersey local. Amy Joe plays for Boston Brute Squad.
And looks like there's a call here. Play is stopped. There's some discussion. Not sure what's happening.
On the sideline here, Jamie Estes shutting that down. Another call. Another travel called. Bringing the observer in for this one. Players have the option to resolve on their own or go to the observer. Observer got involved that time. Shirulu on the mark.
Generally seeing spirited play on both sides. Able to work out any conflicts.
Number 17, HB Craig.
And that's all. Torch's intense D. No options there.
Ortiz keeping it chilly, taking a breath. Looking for Lou. She's got it.
Lou with a sweeping throw. Oh, but.
Oh, Carly stays with it. And to Estes
there it is.
For the score. Making it 5-6. Torch.
Great awareness there.
Big celebration in the end zone. Estes carrying Garrett around. This is what we're talking about. The Torch would have to come out intense and close that gap, and it looks like their plans are to do just that. Bit of a breeze picking up here. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, just a little relief in this Texas heat.
Enough to cool the players off. Definitely not really much. Enough to throw off throws for players at this level. Crowd is loud, invested, checked in.
Dre Esparza with a disc for the looking to pull.
Dre Esparza, one of the co-owners of Torch. Esparza and Jaeger both with Torch tattoos. The commitment to the organization, huge.
Yeah, Torch is a vibe. Torch is a way of life. Torch is going to be a documentary coming soon to a theater near you.
Douglas doing her thing, running the offense. Big put. Not quite in. Number 33, Emily Barrett with the disc.
Tulsa Douglas looking for options. She finds number
8, Kelly Highland.
Another key to this game, talking with Coach Bonesaw, was how do we contain Tulsa Douglas? You know, she's not a flashy player, but she's a player who teams run their offenses through, and she did that just here with that nice, easy inside score to Kelly Highland.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these players have been playing together for a while. A lot of New York bent, a lot of New York exist players, and a handful of players who've been playing Gridlock together for a bit here. So, and we're several weeks, more than halfway through the PUL season. So players are really finding their groove, finding their connections, know who they're looking for and when they're looking for it. Number 12, Amy Jo with the disc to pull. Huge pull. Almost full field. Annie Ortiz catching it and looking for Elise Bjork. Oh,
and just a little bit out of reach there.
Luisa Nevis really coming through to knock that down. I have to stop these breakthrows here. Hold a force. Nope. That's a score to number 26, Kara Sieber.
And just like that, another break for New York.
New York staying consistent, doing what they've been doing all night, working it quickly up the field, taking advantage of the break side of the disc. Torch is going to have to shut that down to give themselves a chance to catch up here. This is number 10, Trisha Smith, throwing the score.
Getting some energy here from the much needed energy here from the Torch sideline. Here we go. Here we go. Bringing it up.
Strong O-line going back on, keeping some of those same players. Crowd chanting for Maple Atkins threat on the sideline, supporting her teammates here. Elise picking up and looking for Annie Ortiz. Really should be looking for Shiru, not quite.
Little poachy look coming from New York.
Oh,
nice.
Close. Shiru comes down with it to Elise Bjork, finding Carly Garrett.
Torch now moving the disc very quickly. Cross
finding
the field.
Jenna Bigby,
looking good.
the classics. Bigby, a patient player, waiting for what she likes. Finding Garrett to center the disc. Travel called.
Travel called.
Going back to Garrett.
I don't know about that. They're, Torch is moving the disc really quickly. Sometimes it's hard to keep up. I think.
Bigby by herself.
Torch not holding on the disc for more than a couple of seconds, but there's a turn just through the hands there.
Player remains down.
Looks like there's a call. And
possibly an injury.
Is that Jamie
S is coming off. Hopefully she's okay. S is a huge offensive player for Torch. An injury for Jamie would be a game changer.
Is that Jenna Bigby coming in for Jamie? Yeah.
Gridlock with the disc.
Keeping it, the disc in the backfield.
Hard shutdown defense. Almost a great catch from number 12, Amy Jo. Shiru, Shrooms, walking away from it, maintaining pace. Good decision. They're going into a vert stack for this end zone set. Oh. like foul called, a little bit too much contact with Bigby off the 1 and the vert stack. Oh, not quite there between Annie and Shiru. Timeout called.
Gridlock takes timeout.
Yeah, a little bit of a frenetic energy on this point. A lot of turnovers. Probably good to slow it down. Good call from Gridlock there.
Austin Torch is excited to partner with Crooks Climbing Center, located at South Congress and Pickle Road, just across.
Coming up with a little game plan here.
Stop by and check out Crooks Climbing Gym.
The observers walking over, wrapping up this timeout call. Getting play going again. Bonesaw walking off the field. Looks like a few subs made for more defensive players. Got Stedman, White, Overman.
And New York stalwart Tulsa Douglas coming in on O, among others. Number 8, Kelly Highland has been big in this game.
MC Robbins coming onto the mark. MC Robbins fan club from UT in the front row. Mindy Radicke shutting it down.
Tulsa Douglas looking downfield to Highland. Looking deep.
Oh yeah.
Big D.
Big D from number
there,
15, Katie Forth. Excuse me, Elise Frankie, not Katie.
Takes possession near the line.
That D hyped up the whole crowd.
Getting it off the sideline to Stedman.
Nice snap.
2, 3 passes in a row.
Oh,
And
foul call?
call.
No, no call.
No call.
Gridlock's disc
Gridlock takes possession on the line.
on the break sideline.
Line shot.
Oh boy.
Or 18 towing that line, keeping the disc in. Knocking on the door of their end zone.
Swinging it, keeping it alive.
The swing, centers the disc.
Tulsa Douglas with the disc. Just a dangerous player. That is not where I want Tulsa Douglas, is with the disc in the middle of the field, knocking on their end zone. She has shown that she will deliver and maximize in that space, and she did it again.
Yeah, Tulsa Douglas extremely effective in this sweltering Austin, New York game. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Hydration break on the field.
And there's a
Hydration break called. It is hot still out here. If you haven't had any water, drink some water. Although you're probably at your house if you're watching this, not quite as at risk as these players on the field. Running hard, it's hot out here.
Still, drink water.
It's good for you.
Good advice.
Our sponsor tonight, water. It's good for everybody.
Flying Eye World, or visit our website at www.flyingeyes.com today to feel
One of our actual sponsors, Flying Eye, Carly Garrett, wearing that eyewear, playing great equipment for sports players, athletes, excuse me, everywhere. If you're not into contacts, check out Flying Eyes Eyewear.
Yeah, I've been playing with contacts for a long time, but I generally, I love being able to have the option to play with my thick glasses.
Taking a break to catch their breath. Torch players a lot more used to this heat than New York players. Of course, that's been hot everywhere. Tryouts around this time of year, even in the Northeast, players talking about on social media how to manage the heat and how to keep the balance of pushing yourself and not hurting yourself. Brianna Stedman with some tips on their Twitter of how to maintain safety in high temps. O-line that we've been seeing all night, getting back out there. Berrigan, Wilson, B. York, Ortiz, Garrett, Bigby, Liu. Giving it another go.
Big pull.
Big pull, almost full field. Elise Bjork catching it and looking to Annie.
Annie
Waiting
Ortiz,
a little long
stock
to let
on,
that dump, but they're gonna find it.
Elise Bjork swings again. There's that up line. Really nice find there.
Bigby.
Sweeping across to Carly Garrett. Looking for some downfield options, but
Ortiz
swings
pushing.
to Ortiz.
Wide open break side.
Shirley now looking upfield. New York playing super tight.
Garrett cleaning up the trash. To Liu.
Finds Lou.
Looking for Summer Wilson. Yes.
Ooh, and that's a pretty look.
Oh.
But nice D from New York to
It's number 10, Trisha Smith.
take it away.
Trisha Smith been playing for 16 years. She's one of those players that can read the disc well, knows where it's going.
Yeah, I liked the look there from Shira. It had almost enough of that edge to get around a defender, but that was super heads-up play from New York.
Hard cut. Line shot. Centering look.
Turn right on Torch's end zone line.
And Austin returns the pressure, now looking to score.
Garrett picking up quickly. Doesn't
There it
run
is.
away. Bigby as your ISO in the end zone. Good choice from Garrett. Bigby's one of those players that can and will get open, and Garrett has the throws.
Yep, nice vision there from Garrett. Great
Wouldn't recommend
cut.
that with every combination of players, but with those two, absolutely. Bringing it to 6-9. Austin is just going to absolutely have to find some breaks here.
Yeah, they're looking good out there, but they can't maintain the current status quo without forcing some turns and converting some breaks.
Bonesaw giving a pump up, giving some strat talk.
Make sure to rewind to the live stream later on for all your Torch moments.
This game is certainly not out of reach for Torch here with 4 minutes left in the third and a whole nother 12-minute quarter. Absolutely the opportunity to come back here. A little hesitation on the pull, but still getting pretty far down the field.
Streaking downfield, that's number 4.
Some switches on defense here, leaving Torch looking a little far.
Line shot, far side of the field, continuation. Still on the line.
Oh,
Deep shots back in.
Big,
little too
big,
far.
but that throw is out of reach.
Gridlock absolutely just punishing with any defensive confusion, any moment of hesitation on defense. Gridlock is maximizing. Number 42, Meg Duffy, the captain of the team this evening, picking up. Duffy, a transplant from Michigan, putting a lot of work to rebuild women's and non-binary club in Austin this summer.
Finding Drea Esparza.
Oh,
Ooh, and
the turn.
the block there from New York.
Yeah.
Gridlock takes possession. Looks pretty set. Well marked.
Now Tulsa Douglas finds,
Again,
Finds one.
such an offensive powerhouse.
finds number 8, Kelly Highland. That's been a formidable pairing in this game. Torch is going to have to find an answer.
Absolutely.
Looks like there's another timeout called here.
Teams are making some good decisions to keep the team cool, keep the team rested. Always an interesting combination of taking the rest of the team needs without losing momentum in the break moments. Whistle from the observers to get this point started.
And Torch's O-line looking to hold here.
Our PA announcer hyping up Shiru Liu, also a very talented disc golf player. Certainly over the pandemic, lots of ultimate converts to spending some time on the disc golf course. A lot of great courses in Austin. Seen a little bit of a mix-up on this O-line. We've got Mindy out there. Mindy as opposed to Shiru.
2 minutes, 19 seconds left.
Annie Ortiz swinging between her and Mindy.
Gridlock in that zony defense again. Need to break it through while they have the chance here. Summer Wilson with the disc.
There's the
Looking
opening.
for Elise.
Finds Elise Bjork.
Looking for Carly. Nope, not quite.
Carly streaking deep. She has the position, but they don't connect. Jamie Estes with the disc. Glad to see her back on field.
Quick center. Great cut across the field.
Looking for Jamie to gain some yards. Looking for Carly, and she's got it! Yeah!
With the graceful around spike.
Garrett, just one of those players whose growth has been exponential since she started playing at Texas State. Such an athlete, such a smart player on the field defensively and offensively. Played last year with Public Enemy, looking to play with Public Enemy again. But still also just gives so much back to the community. Despite planning to play, Dallas Mixed has spent countless hours working on the women's non-binary club committee this spring.
Also coaching high school.
Yep.
With the, I believe, state champion Lhasa High School.
Lhasa High School.
They crushed it this year with another Torch practice player, Caroline Stone.
Right, absolutely.
Leading that team to state championship.
Just exciting to see the flow of commitment to women's and non-binary ultimate in Texas. Having players on Torch, their role models being each other, is exciting. So
it's really great. Just the sense of community in this really kind of the newly reinvigorated women's and non-binary scene here. You see the spirit of generosity and community across generations of women's and non-binary Ultimate players here in Austin.
Another Torch player coaching youth, Brianna Stedman, involved coaching the YCC team, Texas Tango.
Far side swing, back to the center.
Tulsa Douglas with the disc, finding Jenny DeJesus. Mindy Raddick, great matchup between Tulsa and Mindy Raddick.
Big swing around. Tulsa Douglas still just getting open at will. Finding her favorite receiver, number 8, Highland.
Jenny DeJesus with the disc, 0-0. Oh, leaving, okay. Oh, and that's a turn. And great defense from
it
Torch.
looks like player down there. Great
Tulsa
effort.
Douglas down, not popping up. She's getting up now. Looks like she's all right. Maybe had the wind knocked out of her. Big layout.
Great pressure from Torch to force that turnover.
Force the turnover with 22 seconds to go. Likely the last possession. Torch will have to be very patient and conservative keeping the disc. Timeout from Torch.
Good call on the timeout there.
Likely Bonesaw coming up with a plan to put the O-line players back on for this last possession in the third quarter. Yeah, and that looks like exactly what's happening.
And we'll be watching the clock, but I'm new to the game here, making sure to re-emphasize here that possession is key. Austin can maintain possession of this disc through the end of this quarter, and as long as they don't turn it over into the end zone, then they can score.
Right. Scoring would be great, but more importantly, not giving Gridlock another opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah, another key nuance here for clock management in this Premier Ultimate League.
Elise Bjork picking up the disc. Gonna need an enormous amount of intensity from this line.
Super tight D coming from New York, but Torch breaks through, finding
Garrett.
Garrett at her feet, picks up the disc. Clock
Finding
winds
Ortiz
down.
swinging to center. We found Big B
Beautiful
again.
swings there. Clock is at 0 now.
Clock is at 0, so they have prevented the score. The
Torch
job
in control
now
of
is
their
to
own
find
destiny
it.
here.
Swing to the side. 2-fake break.
Nice swing around.
Pick called.
Call on the field. Pick call. Just tapped in. Line shot.
Nice.
Inside flake from Radicke.
Nice
Oh,
find there.
looking for
And
Timmy
a
Estes.
soft throw.
Oh! Not quite.
Great
Oh,
look.
did
Just
she
a
catch it?
soft
No,
touch
not
throw,
quite.
but just a little too far there.
Estes visibly frustrated with herself, but great effort.
The visitors from New York in 10.
That was great offense to work it up there. And, Austin has kept the gap at 3, and we've got a whole other quarter here in this game, and anything can change and shift the dynamics of this game. I'm seeing a lot of exciting plays here on both sides of the field. Torch just needs to, reduce a few of those sort of unforced errors that are coming, I think, from a little bit of a lack of a focus, and translate their intensity into conversions for break.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but the Ultimate Lending Team is the official mortgage sponsor of Torch.
Both teams looking a little tired here. 2 minutes between these quarters. Torch will really need to dig deep here.
You could say they're in your corner. Our mission is to provide our community with proven
Torch with the 2-2 record right now would feel really good going into the second half towards the end of the season to push towards a winning record.
Yep, and they have the tools to do it.
Be interesting to see who ends up in championship weekend. The first home game that we had in Austin, after listening to Sasha Vogel and Jenna Wiener's Double Overtime podcast, it seemed like championship would be the first place team of each region and the best second place team. However, after looking at the game schedules, not all of the teams will cross over, so I think the one game that won't be played for this region is Austin Torch playing Raleigh Radiance. So it looks like it will be going more the algorithm route. So it'll be interesting to see after this week and last week games shake out what those standings look like. New York Gridlock getting a line out there.
Yeah, we're just ramping to start this fourth quarter. It's do or die here for Austin Torch.
PUL season lasting a little longer than the WL season, which wrapped up with Seattle Tempest finishing on top in that league, undefeated for their season. Fourth and final quarter here. Torch 7, Gridlock 10. 12 minutes for Torch to come up with an answer to close this gap. Really all Gridlock has to do here is be consistent and hold this lead.
Drea Esparza with a disc, looking to pull. Waiting here for this New York O-line.
Torch with a chance to break right out the gate. This D-line's got to be pumped up coming into this fourth quarter, knowing that it's do or die at this point.
Huge
Have
pull.
to dig deep. Nevis picking it up.
Got a little bit of a
Finding Barrett.
junky D to start with some folks
Great
in the
mark
lanes.
from Adkins, that threat. Ginny D. Jesus. Far all the way across the field.
New York slicing through Austin's defense. Now in their third of the field, looking to score.
Pick called. Emily Barrett with the disc. Loud end zone calls from the field, knowing what they're looking for. Layout from Brittany Kaplan.
That's just wide open. Disc moving.
Oh, Atkins threat with a huge layout D.
Big D there. The crowd is hyped. And the Torch are hyped too. That's a big play right there.
Exactly what we've been talking about. That next level, what we're gonna have to see is plays like that. And that's a signature move from Atkins Threat. She's such a powerhouse on defense. A little too much zip on that. Huck out of reach.
Yeah, you know, our D-line's working hard out here. Then we've got to just sort of, Torch has got to sort of take a step back and settle down to be able to convert these breaks, because they're forcing these turns and it's looking really good.
Nikki Gilbert was the intended receiver on that one. Haven't seen quite as much from this game as I would expect from her. We'll see what she can pull off in this last quarter.
Down the line. Upfield look. Fake. Marcus Hart. Reset to the center back. Around. That's a continuation, not there.
Gridlock taking
Thorpe
their
with
time.
a huge mark. Stahl's getting high.
Rising.
Stahl is called, it looks like. Can't see.
Yeah, I didn't see it from the signal. Definitely could have been a stall. Again, looks like there's
Looks like
the
Abby
signal.
is signaling Stahl.
Tapped in.
Observer rules not a stall.
Line shot.
Huge mark from Esparza. Nevis with the disc.
And a big
up.
look. See if it comes back in, but
Not
no,
coming back in.
Stays out of bounds. Torch with a shot. Chance here to close the gap here a little bit more.
Coming back in where it went out.
Esparza.
Esparza with the disc.
Finding where the disc went out of bounds. Strike, cut.
Esparza not seeing what she's looking for.
Ooh, and it's
Oh,
far.
huge layout from Stedman.
And
Such
big
a powerhouse.
save. Big save.
Stedman, transplant from Tennessee, a huge pickup from Torch. They have been so valuable this year. Yes. Thorpe with the catch. Great read. Oh, yeah.
And there it is.
And finds 42, McDuffie. That is what we've been talking about all
There's
night.
the break.
The digging deep. That huge layout from Stedman to save that possession was the starting point of that run to score.
Yes, and
Great.
nice.
Great job from that D-line.
Huge amount of grit and focus in that break there. That's what Torch is going to need to do to close the gap.
Timeout called with 8 minutes to go in this last quarter.
This is a ball game here.
Yeah, definitely. Torch keeping themselves in it.
8 minutes left in this fourth and final quarter.
Plenty of time to push back here and answer with some breaks.
It, but Hope's making a documentary about Torch. You should help that. You only got till tomorrow to be part of the Kickstarter and make that.
Talking a little bit about the end, excuse me, of the Torched documentary. Fundraiser ends tomorrow. Last time I checked, we were at 96% of the funding. So hop on and donate to the Kickstarter, make that project a reality. The last time I checked was a few days ago with less than $500 to go. Lou with a big pull.
Disc down in Gridlock's position. It looks like Tulsa Douglas picking up. Swings to number 21. Big swing.
Great break swing. Down the line, not quite.
Shot out of bounds.
It never came back in,
And here-
so Torch will pick up the disc where it was thrown. Number 13, Mo.
Disc never came in bounds, so
Another chance to break.
Torch
Torch will be wise to maximize here and keep the disc. Radicki with the disc. Stall count getting high. Berrigan running through.
Nice stretch.
Berrigan, another player that we haven't seen quite as much from as we're used to. O-line has been playing a lot this game, so let's see if we can push through it. Berrigan just working. MC to Overman. There's a call, pick called.
Some discussion here.
Sydney Overman needs some help there. Shiru, number 7, the classics. To Radicki.
Radicki looking for an option, potentially to break. No, she finds Sherlu.
Mindy being patient to Sydney Overman for the score.
There it is. Sydney Overman with the score.
Let's go.
There it is. Finding that corner.
Torch's D-line showing that they do have the grit. They do have that next level of intensity.
And suddenly it's a 1-point game here.
Amazing work from the D-line. Moving Shiru Liu from an O-line to a D-line. Big game changer.
Yeah.
Worked well. D-line again. Can they do it? Push here for one more break and tie up this game. Trey Esparza with the disc. Some defensive powerhouses on this line. Stedman, Adkins, thread.
Yeah, I like the trust we have in our D-line.
Absolutely, Duffy hustling down.
D's and converting. Should close the gap. Getting some
great
energy.
defense from Nikki Gilbert, who we were mentioning earlier. Really shut down that option.
Crowd joining in, trying to amp up the intensity.
Big
look. Curving away from the intended receiver.
Gridlock taking some riskier shots here, knowing that they need it. Stedman looking for stuff that she wants.
Ooh.
Oh, and Esparza coming down
catch.
with it.
Huge
Even
catch.
with some contact. Oh, it looks like there might be an injury call. Yep.
Yeah, I don't like to see that contact there, but really great focus from Esparza to maintain possession there. Just walking off the field on her own.
Elise Bjork coming on.
And
Elise usually a O-line player, but has been off for a few here with this break run.
an absolute offensive powerhouse. Elise Bjork picking up a disc now, subbing in for Andrea.
About 70 yards to go. Nice cut. Oh,
Pick called. Stall's coming in on 5, looks like. Big around from Elise. Duffy staying focused, coming down with it. Oh, little low.
Redoing what she could to keep that alive.
This defensive line has been shutting it down. Let's see if they can force a turn in this end zone. Tulsa Douglas with the disc. Oh, and yep, right to Nina Finley for the score.
Yeah, and New York wouldn't have it any other way. Douglas is just doing what she does.
And Torch can't be too upset about that. 2 breaks in a row. Gridlock answering. We're not surprised by that. Get an O-line out here, push it back to 10-11, and then make the push to tie it up. Definitely still very much in reach for this team.
Yeah, and Torch is forcing turns on every possession. So.
Another timeout called. Another heat timeout.
Yep.
Something that we mentioned earlier, it's always tricky with these timeouts, these pauses. Torch really has some momentum going, so is this interruption a good break, a good moment to pause for them, or will the timeout interrupt the intensity and momentum that's flowing? Looking pumped up on the sidelines.
5 minutes left in the game.
Whistle blows. Gonna get started here.
Loving this positive energy coming from the Torch sideline right now, engaging with the crowd.
Definitely need all of the energy, all of the intensity to finish out this last 5 minutes of the game. Pull is up. Caught by Elise to Ortiz.
Radicki with the disc, looking upfield.
Finding Garrett in the middle of the field.
With the 7 cut. Open as always. Swinging to Jamie Esses.
Needs to find Annie. There she goes. Finding Elise. Handle's working in that cutting space. Great job.
Really pretty offense.
Jenna Bigby kind of by herself there in the middle of the field. Let's see. To Annie Ortiz. Looking
Annie
for Carly.
Ortiz, she's got the
And
vision,
she's got
and
it.
she sees
The crowd is
Carly
crazy.
Garrett for the score. Really great offense. You love to see it. Austin Torch, 10, New York 11.
4 minutes left in the game, and it is an exciting one.
You can feel the energy here in this hometown crowd cheering on.
Lots of Carly Garrett fans in the stands tonight. We've got some Carly signs, at least 10 signs on the hill tonight.
Yeah, we've
Love
got
to see the fans, love to see the support.
Carly Garrett corner over here.
Torch's D-line out here. After the taste of those 2 breaks in a row, I'm sure they are hungry for more, ready to push here.
4 minutes, exactly 4 minutes left in the game as the pool comes down. About half field. Tulsa Douglas looking to pick up. And Shira Liu, I like this matchup here on Tulsa Douglas.
Great shutdown from Summer Wilson. Shirulu not allowing that reset. Douglas does end up with the disc.
And it sails, but caught. Ooh,
Injury
dang.
called by Shirulu.
Injury time.
Looks like a bad step there. She kind of hobbles off the field.
She hopping off. Lily White coming out to help her. Drea Sparza coming on. Gabby DeJesus with the disc. Excuse me, Jenny DeJesus with the disc. DeJesus, another New York Exists player.
Centered to Douglas.
Gridlock maintains possession. Pick call away from
pick call.
Clock is running, so we will need to move quickly here. Sydney Overman shutting down. Oh,
Threads the needle.
big around.
Great continuation downfield. Fake line shot up. Quick down line. Quick catch.
Douglas again with this
Big
big
A
around
little
throw.
out of reach. And
Great
here's a
coverage from
chance for
Torch. Torch really needs to value this. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to play. They have a chance here to tie the game.
Whistle's blowing.
And
Timeout
looks like there's
called.
a timeout called. I like this call.
Probably the same thing as before. Yep, putting some of those O-line players that we trust to make it down the field. Not that we don't trust everybody, but with 2 minutes left to go, you want to put your O-line out there.
Yeah, we've got our offensive stalwarts here probably looking to advance this disc and consolidate huge defensive plays
In the last 2 minutes
that our
of the
Torch defense are making.
the clock will stop after a goal and restart when the pull is caught. Touched or tapped into play from an out-of-bounds area. It will also stop on every call and out-of-bounds turnover. That was your rules update with 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go.
We're talking about in the stadium rules for the last few minutes of the games. The clock will stop with calls. Annie Ortiz picking up the disc. Torch is focused, they're dialed. The crowd is on their feet. Crowd is loud, the energy is here. Got to have this point.
Yeah, as we wind down to 2 minutes, excited to see Torch dial in.
Torch takes possession in their end zone. Looks to get the disc up.
Mindy with the
Does
disc.
on the outside line.
They are a little zony here. Possibly even looking kind of a double team. Oh,
Oh, wow.
And it's a turn.
Grid line.
Yeah, that was an effective zone / double team there from New York.
Berrigan hustling to stay on the mark.
Back to the reset. Hard cuts the line. Second hard cuts the line. Well defended. Fake up line.
Bree Stedman on the mark.
Hard mark on the
Look
break.
Oh!
Huge
She's
bid
in for
there
the
by
score.
Carly.
Big bid
Almost.
from Carly.
Let's go, folks. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Torch 10, Gridlock 12 with 2 minutes to go.
Almost there. So close on that bid.
Look at this replay
Take a
here.
look at it again.
With 2 minutes to go, we'll have a quick water timeout.
Another water
One last
timeout.
water timeout.
Oh man, just out of reach there. Love that bid from Carly Garrett.
Hard fought game, 2 minutes to go. It will take a lot from Torch to tie this up, but we'll see what they can do. They will need to score very quickly and then force that break.
Absolutely, yeah. Torch will be returning from this break on offense. And excited to see their high chemistry, super flow.
And this is where you need your kill line. You need your top people out there.
Walking to their end zone, we've got Mindy Radicke, Carly Garrett, Emma Berrigan, Annie Ortiz, I believe that's Jamie Estes, and
Elise Bjork and I think Elise Frankie, maybe Katie Forth. I think Katie Forth.
looking for a clean hold here, a quick clean hold. 2 minutes. Still a lot of ball game left.
Gridlock looks to put the disc in play, and the pull is up. Torch hustling to make the catch. It bounces.
Mindy
They take
picking it
possession,
up.
Centering.
To Elise Bjork. Back to Mindy. They're in that little zony defense setup.
It's been very effective.
Should have an easy. That's exactly right. Over
nice
the top.
over the top from Elise Bjork to break through. Winding, floating disc, but in between the offensive players. Timeout called by Gridlock now to maintain their lead.
Minute and 30 seconds to go.
That's
last
Gridlock's
timeout.
last timeout.
You're buying a house, you're buying a condo, you're buying some rental property, check out the Ultimate Lending Team. They are the official mortgage sponsor of the Torch. Look to them if you need any help. They are Frisbee friendly.
Gridlock putting out a strong O-line to wrap up this game here. Torch answering with the same, putting out their best defensive chance of getting the disc back.
Minute, 90 seconds left. You know, Gridlock will be looking to slow this game down, maintain possession. Torch will be looking to force a turn and put the game back in their own destiny. And line shot to start from Gridlock. Nice diving catch.
They are forcing it up the line. Torch is going to have to cut that off. Another under.
Torch really needs to stop these in cuts, getting beat up the line.
Pick called.
There's a call.
Pick called.
Disc in.
Oh, Gridlock for the score.
Well,
really
and
pushing
Gridlock
out
there
of
with a quick strike there. Pulling away a bit with less than a minute remaining. Austin's chances here are now still not completely out of reach, but slimming with that hold there, or with that break. I believe that's a break.
Here we go. Austin putting their O-line out. Still want to finish strong here and minimize point differential, even with loss.
Hard to imagine a game going forward from here in Austin where the sun is not a factor. You should definitely check out Flying Eyes, Flying Eyes World, or visit their website at goflyingeyes.com to feel the difference. Flying Eyes Optics.
A few seconds back on the clock, so a little bit more breathing room for Torch with a minute 3 left in the game.
Gridlock offers the disc.
Pull going up.
Disc is up. Pull.
Annie Ortiz to field the pull.
Takes the disc.
To Elise.
Striking up line.
Back to Ortiz.
Finding Jamie Estes. Swinging around to Ortiz and continuing the swing.
Finding Mindy. Not really seeing anything she likes. There we go. Ortiz getting open for her.
Great shifting step from Annie Ortiz to find
Garrett.
Carly Garrett.
29 seconds to play. Swing. Back to the center of the field.
20 seconds left in this
What a handler movement.
game.
So
You love the look. You love that Goldie look. You got to try it at least, you know. Almost finding Carly Garrett in the
Looks
end
like
zone.
there was a call, maybe an injury from Nevis. Number 7 from Gridlock.
Stoppage play on the field.
Oh boy, carried off the field. Hope everyone's okay out there.
For this last quarter, they will finish this point, even if time does run out.
16 seconds left in the game.
Has possession. Hard mark on the reset.
Stall count
At least
rising.
Bjork.
Cut.
Douglas with the disc.
Diving save.
Quick swing.
Buzzer goes off.
The line.
And there you have it.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, I was incorrect. Time has expired with Gridlock up 13-10. That is the end of the game.
Hard fought from Torch, but
Visiting Gridlock wraps it up, takes it away, winning by 3 in Austin, Texas. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for joining us. We will see you next time.
yeah, this is a really great game. Really grateful to be here, and have a great rest of your weekend.